Well, folks, it seems America's most prestigious university just got schooled. And by schooled, I mean financially kneecapped by the Trump administration. That's right, Harvard University, with its hallowed halls and $53 billion endowment, is now in a full-blown standoff with the Department of Education. The reason? Well, it's complicated, but let's just say it involves accusations of liberal bias, antisemitism, and a whole lot of woke ideology. Basically, the Trump administration is accusing Harvard of being a hotbed of leftism, and they're wielding their power of the purse to do something about it. On May 5, 2025, the Department of Education dropped the hammer, announcing a freeze on all new federal research grants to Harvard. This isn't just a slap on the wrist, folks. We're talking about potentially billions of dollars in lost funding. Money that supports everything from groundbreaking medical research to, well, probably some very well-funded croquet tournaments. This isn't the first time Trump has gone after universities, of course. He's been on a crusade against what he sees as liberal indoctrination camps for years. But this latest move against Harvard feels different. It's a shot across the bow of higher education, a warning that even the most prestigious institutions aren't safe from the whims of a president who seems to view any dissenting opinion as a personal attack. So, what exactly is Trump's beef with Harvard? Well, according to Education Secretary Linda McMahon, it's a laundry list of grievances that would make your average HOA complaint letter look like a Hallmark card. We're talking disastrous mismanagement, violations of federal law, ugly racism, humiliating plagiarism scandals, and of course the ever-present bogeyman of limited ideological diversity. It's enough to make you wonder if they accidentally sent the wrong memo to the Department of Education, one clearly intended for a failing casino in Atlantic City. Now, to be fair, some of these criticisms aren't entirely without merit. Universities, like any large institutions, are bound to have their share of problems. But the Trump administration's laser focus on Harvard, and its insistence that the university is somehow uniquely problematic, reeks of something a little more, shall we say, politically motivated. If Harvard wants to get back in the Trump administration's good graces, it's going to have to do more than just promise to recycle its dining hall trays. Oh no, folks, they're going to have to undergo a full-blown ideological makeover. Think of it like an episode of Queer Eye, but instead of 5 fabulous gay men, it's a bunch of guys in ill-fitting suits who think diversity means having one token Democrat on Fox News, and instead of making over a frumpy wardrobe, they're trying to reshape the very fabric of one of America's most venerable institutions. Among the demands sweeping governance changes, a reassessment of its admissions process, read less affirmative action, more rich kids, and a thorough evaluation of campus ideological diversity. Read more conservatives, fewer people who think climate change is real. Oh, and they also want Harvard to turn over all its foreign students' disciplinary records, because why not throw in a little xenophobia while we're at it? Now, you might think that Harvard, with its billions of dollars and army of lawyers, would just cave to these demands. After all, it's not like they can't afford to lose a few billion here and there, but to their credit, they've decided to fight back. Leading the charge is Harvard President Alan Garber, who, in a stunning display of academic backbone, basically told the Trump administration to shove it where the sun don't shine. Okay, maybe he didn't use those exact words, but the sentiment was clear. Harvard will not be bullied into compromising its principles. Garber has filed a lawsuit challenging the funding freeze, arguing that it violates the First Amendment and Title VI of the Civil Rights Act. He's also pointed out that federal funding for research is not some kind of entitlement program that can be turned on and off at the whim of a president who's having a bad hair day. Section 5. Empty coffers in Cambridge, the financial fallout. So what happens now? Well, it's anyone's guess, but one thing's for sure. This is going to be a long, ugly, and expensive fight. Harvard may have a $53 billion endowment, but even they're not immune to the loss of billions of dollars in federal funding. That money supports vital research, pays the salaries of countless professors and staff, and helps keep tuition costs somewhat in check. Losing it would be a major blow, not just to Harvard, but to the entire world of academia. And it's not just Harvard that's at risk. The Trump administration has made it clear that this is just the beginning of a much broader campaign to root out what they see as liberal bias in higher education. So buckle up, college kids, because things are about to get interesting. Section 6. An ivory tower under siege. The broader campaign. Let's be clear, folks, this isn't just about Harvard. It's about a whole lot more. This is about the Trump administration using the power of the federal government to punish institutions that don't toe the ideological line. We've already seen them go after other prestigious universities like Columbia, Penn, and Cornell, accusing them of everything from fostering antisemitism to allowing transgender athletes to compete in women's sports. It's like they're working their way down the US News and World Report rankings, checking off each institution as they go. And the scary thing is, they're not even trying to hide it. They're openly admitting that they want to reshape higher education in their image, to create a system where only certain viewpoints are tolerated. It's enough to make you wonder if they're taking notes from the Chinese Communist Party. Section 7 Lawsuits and Liberty: The Battle for Academic Freedom. So, what can be done? Well, the good news is that Harvard isn't taking this lying down. They've got a crack team of lawyers who are already hard at work fighting the funding freeze in court. And they've got a strong case based on both the First Amendment and Title VI of the Civil Rights Act. But legal battles take time, and in the meantime, the damage is being done. The chilling effect of the Trump administration's actions is already being felt across academia, as professors self-censor and researchers shy away from controversial topics. This isn't just an attack on Harvard, folks, it's an attack on the very idea of academic freedom, the principle that allows universities to be places where ideas can be freely explored and debated, no matter how controversial they may be. Section 8, The Chilling Effect. Ramifications for higher education. The implications of this standoff are far-reaching. If the Trump administration is successful in bullying Harvard into submission, it will set a dangerous precedent for other universities across the country. They'll know that if they step out of line, if they dare to challenge the prevailing orthodoxy, they too could be targeted. This could lead to a chilling effect on free speech and academic inquiry, as professors and researchers self-censor for fear of losing funding or facing government retribution. It could also stifle innovation and discovery, as researchers shy away from pursuing potentially controversial lines of inquiry. The long-term consequences for American higher education could be devastating, undermining its reputation as a global leader in research and innovation. And that's not just bad news for academics, it's bad news for all of us who benefit from the fruits of their labor. Section 9, A Divided Academy: Echoes of the Funding Freeze. The Harvard funding freeze has ignited a firestorm of debate across the country. On one side, you have those who applaud the Trump administration's actions, arguing that it's about time someone held these liberal bastions of higher education accountable for their biases. On the other side, you have those who see this as a dangerous assault on academic freedom, a blatant attempt to stifle dissent and impose a narrow ideological agenda on our nation's universities. The truth, as always, is probably somewhere in between, but one thing's for sure. This debate is far from over. The outcome of the Harvard case, and others like it, will have a profound impact on the future of higher education in America.